Hello, everyone.
Says the broadcast is live. We just went live. There you go.
Hello, everyone. This is Terri Soma, and we've got Avana Intuitive here this evening. And this is Conversations and Questions with Avana Intuitive and Terri Soma. And we are going to be taking some questions and reading on those. And we do want to make a statement that this is for entertainment purposes only. And we've gone ahead and have some lineups here for some questions, but if you want to go ahead and ask yours, please put them in the chat there.
Sorry about that. All right. Well, the first question, if you're ready, the first question we're going to read on are we able to change our health through prayer? Are we able to change our health through prayer?
Okay. Okay, I am ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this first one that I have is the Chariot. And with this one, it's more of reconciling. So as far as with that, and it does have victory on there with balance and success. So far with that information, it looks like that would be positive for the prayer. The second card is Temperance. And that one is balance with moderation and patience and with purpose. So that still indicates with good, all around, balancing with the situation there. And then third card then is Page of Pentacles. And that is the good news card. So as far as with that one then, manifesting with those prayers, and it does indicate looking at those three combined cards, then that would be a yes.
Yeah, I like it. The cards I pulled, the question is, are we able to change our health through prayer? Mm-hmm. The first card I got, here we go, the Two of Cups. This card represents to me obviously people seeing eye to eye, and I don't know what this symbol is in the medical field, but it reminds me of kind of seeing eye to eye with your physician, your doctor, your nurses, your healthcare team. So and seeing eye to eye and doing, obviously being on the right page and seeing eye to eye, being on the same track, being on the same page with your health. So that's the first card I pulled. The second card showing the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is emotionally stable, and she can she looks into that cup and she can manifest whatever she wants. If she wants good health, if she wants a new car, whatever it is, she can manifest it. So that's that's the second card. And the third card I pulled is the Six of Pentacles. This merchant here is very balanced, and he is giving help. He's giving charity to the people that need it. So I would say also yes. And my clarifying card that I got, the Sun, I would say yes, you can absolutely change your health through prayer. Maybe not all the time, all direct and things like that, but I don't think it hurts at all. And I would definitely be a proponent of it. So yes, you have a very good chance of changing your health through prayer.
Wonderful. It looks like we've got Susie here, and she says, hi, Terri and Avana. Hello, Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Okay, so our next question then is, let me see if I can pull that up here. Will the state of Illinois ever split into two states? 23 counties have already voted in favor of this Republican-backed plan. I guess I hadn't heard of that one, so let's go ahead and see what we can find out with those.
Okay, well, so will the state of Illinois ever split into two states? All right.
And I am ready.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, it looks like we have 7 of Wands, and it looks like boundaries. So with this one, a little bit on the defensive side, indicating some rough waters, some challenges. Okay, so the second card is in reverse, and that's the Queen of Wands, and that's being judgmental, controlling, things not necessarily working out in that favor. And then we have the Sun in reverse for the third card, and that would be lack of success. So I would say combined with these 3 cards, then that would be a no.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I got the 6 of Pentacles again. Basically, I feel like this might be one part of the state, and this is the other part of the state, maybe trying to find balance, okay, in whatever their political issues are, or however they want to run the state. Nobody, with the 4 of Cups, nobody is happy with what's going on. Nobody really, they don't want to split. They don't want to stay together. I'm getting but I'm also getting a sense of apathy that nobody really it's not that big of a deal either way, but nobody's really going and making a move. Well, some people are making a move, but for the most part, they're just not happy where they're at, and they're not happy with the choices in front of them. I can't remember what your cards were, but the 5 of Cups, I believe that this is, grief and loss, but I just feel that, they feel like they're not happy maybe with their choices that they have. However, instead of looking at that, they just need to turn around and they'll see that they still have 2 cups standing. And as they move forward, I really do believe they're going to just stay one state and move forward and go over the bridge and go back to the castle and be very happy. So I also don't think they're going to split up as far as states. And although they may not be happy, with all the options on the table, I just don't think that. I think they're going to eventually turn around and say, let's just look at all the good things we have, the 2 cups that are still standing, and then let's just move forward with that. So I agree.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so my question. Now, from what I can tell, and I'm not up to date on everything with the Social Security Disability Program, but it sounds like it takes a very long time to get approved for Social Security Disability, and it's just a hard process to work through. So the question that I have is, will there be improvements made to the Social Security Disability Program? Will there be improvements made to the Social Security Disability Program?
Okay, I am ready.
Go ahead.
All right, so the first card I have is the 4 of Cups, and that is discord, discomfort, discontent, and feeling left out. So some of the way that they're going about some of, as far as actions that they're moving forward with the program. Okay. Second card then would be 7 of Cups in reverse, and that is diversions and a sense of hopelessness. So also too with the indecisive measures. So right now, as far as even if they're looking at aspects of changing that with the Social Security, that there's too much indecisive with the direction to make the decisions. And then the Knight of Wands is the third card, and that is coming up with creative ways of dealing with it, though. So that would indicate that that's a positive outcome for some changes moving forward. And it's going to take a little hard work, but they'll get it done. So yes, looking at the cards then combined, I would say that there will be.
Okay, I was smiling when I got the same first card, the 4 of Cups. I think people are sitting here, they're feeling like they're not happy with all the choices. These choices are here. They're not happy with these choices. However, there's source, the universe is, they're going to be bringing in a new choice here. They just don't know. they just don't see it yet. It's behind them, so there will be changes coming up, but right now people are sitting there, they're not happy with their choices. The challenge or obstacle is it's going to be Social Security disability. It's stable, it's reliable, but it's very slow moving. This knight has this horse of this, the Knight of Pentacles has all 4 hooves on the ground. He is not moving anywhere. However, he has these fertile fields behind him that can be, you put the seeds, plant the seeds, get things going. You can certainly grow and start moving forward, but it's going to be a slow process. Here I see them, yes, I look at this as the Social Security disability program, people getting the charity, and that they need. And the outcome being 10 of Pentacles. You can't get more Pentacles on a card than this. The money being there, the moving forward, people being helped, people being happy. This is people in their families and their homes. They're receiving the money and the benefits that they need. And as a clarifier card, talking about this is a skilled worker. You also said about, the hard work to get it together. Yes, people will be focusing on it. They know the problems are there. They're going to work hard and focus on it. And yes, it will eventually, be everything you can ever hope for, but it's going to take a while. This knight, he's not moving anywhere, but he's stable and reliable. So once you do get into the plan, into the program, you're good to go. But yes, to get in and to maybe, get all the benefits that you're supposed to get, it'll be there. It's coming up, but it's going to be a while.
Okay.
So that's my read.
All right. Okay. So next question then is coming from a particular person, and I have had heartbreaks throughout my life. Are heartbreaks from past lives?
Okay, let's see, right?
And again, these are for entertainment purposes only.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm ready if you want me to go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I have in reverse the Hierophant, and this is basically indicating, as far as I can get it not to shine so much.
There you go.
Yeah. As far as with the struggles, things not going basically the way that they're wanting to. A little bit of the alternative plans coming into effect. It's indicating too as being restrictive. So with that being said, the second card is 7 of Swords. The sidestepping of obstacles. So as far as with that, and that could be a little bit of the indicating of the heartbreak, having somebody walk away with all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you've put into a relationship. And actually with how many swords that they're walking away with also. But also too is betrayals are on there too. And then the 8 of Swords is in reverse here. And it's a woman that's bound in the reverse position with swords all around her. But it's a release and freedom, knowing the way forward. So looking at these cards together, it would indicate that they can be, but it's more or less too with some of the things that you're bringing forward in this particular life, that the subject matter. What lessons had you not learned in the past? What are you bringing forward from those to move forward? So it's a little bit of a struggle when you're in the upside down position. So I would suggest, as far as with the way that these cards are indicating that it is, it can be, and in this situation, it's indicating that it is. But you also have to take into consideration the relationships that you have in this lifetime, then too, what you're encountering and working through. So that's what I have.
Yep. The first card I got is the Five of Swords. You can see that's a ruthless battle. He has, he's this gentleman here in the front has won the battle, and he's taken everybody's swords, and everybody's just retreating and walking away. Then I get the Page of Swords. This is someone learning to speak their truth. So my outcome card is the Ace of Cups, which is your cup runneth over, emotional stability. I kind of get the feeling, and then I had a clarifying card, and I'll the Six of Cups, and this is nostalgia. This is being in your grandmother's garden, enjoying the garden, feeling safe, nostalgia, memories, retreating a bit. But I also feel like you said, yes, it can be some of the things you're bringing from your past as you're learning to you're actually ruthless battle here, learning to battle and learning to wield that sword. However, I also think that, depends on what your soul contract is and what you're bringing forward. One thing that I would say when we had this reading is, let's not forget maybe doing some type of, if you feel that's the case in your life, there's the past life readings. I believe you do, Terri. You can do Reiki healing. We work through the past, your past lives, your present life, and your future life to move that energy. So can they be from past lives? Yeah, I think they can be. But it's also because you need to learn a lesson, or you need to clear that energy, or cut some cords, or I'm not exactly sure how you do the past life stuff. But if that's the case, you may want to look for some help, and go to a different level with that.
Yeah, a lot of the past life regression that I do, it's more or less the connection between the people. It's a connection for some reason. Yeah. So as far as with that, then what is it that you should be learning from that situation to move forward, make the changes that you do need to in your life?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna ask this next question, and please be kind, because I'm sure I won't say it correctly, but I'm gonna try hard to do it. It says, will there be a cure for epidermolysis bullosa? Epidermolysis bullosa, a skin disorder causing the skin to scab and fall off in excruciating pain. It is a group of rare diseases that causes fragile, blistering skin. The blisters may appear in response to minor injury, even from heat, rubbing, scratching, or adhesive tape. So, will there be a cure for epidermolysis bullosa?
Okay. Okay, I am ready.
Go ahead.
It is Seven of Pentacles for the first card that I have, and it's a situation of taking into account different things that are causing it and the skin condition, and then a consistent effort that leads to success. So far, that's looking like it's a pretty good indication that, yes, there will be something that would be able to have these individuals with this condition be on the lookout as far as, moving forward and finding a cure. And then the second card is the Devil. As far as but also with a little bit of the stagnation. So it does indicate that it's going to take some time. There's some self-imposed restrictions sometimes too, as far as with what's going to work for, different individuals. Because I think you mentioned different things that would cause it, like adhesive tapes and different things of that nature too, that sometimes too, if they don't know exactly what they're getting, as far as within different products that they're using, it might indicate a little bit more that they might have to kind of delve into what products they are using. The third card then is the Two of Wands, and it does make for future planning and some progress. So looking at the cards combined, I would say, since it does look like a success with vision and planning, that all three cards indicating then with some time as far as with the works in the process, that it does look like that would be a positive outcome for a cure for that.
Yeah, I kind of get the same thing. The Wheel of Fortune was my first card. This is kind of the karmic destiny of this disease. It's kind of going around and it's going to see, it's kind of coming to an end is whatever, whether there's a cure or whether, I don't want to, I have nothing. This is a totally cold read and I'm not a doctor. So please, it just looks like this is kind of coming around to its own natural ending, and that there would be, in the challenge position, a creative solution to it, but because it's in the obstacle, it might not come that quickly. Okay, the actual cure or the whatever they're going to do to minimize it, because this is the obstacle card. I don't think it's going to be like right away. I'm thinking maybe 5 to 7 years. I say 7 because then I got the 7 of Cups. Made me think that this is about 7 years out. And it kind of also flows with what you were saying, that there may be different ways to work on helping yourself cure it, helping people who have it cure it or make it less devastating or whatever. So I'm thinking, like I say, 7. And then I also got the 7 of Swords. The people that actually, I got the feeling when I got this card is the people that actually get relief from this disease, they're going to feel like they're like stealing something. They're going to be very, very happy. They're going to feel like they're getting away with something. They're going to be like, wow, I can't believe I feel so much better. And so that's the impression that I got from that card. The outcome then being the King of Pentacles, success. Yes, absolutely. For at least most of the people, here's the king. He's sitting here conservative. It will take time, but he's sitting here very comfortable in his castle and enjoying things as they go on. So yes, do I think there's a cure or some type of something coming up? Absolutely. But I think it will be probably about, I'm thinking 5 to 7 years out. I don't know, if that's the case, but that's what I got. And of course, for entertainment purposes only.
Right. Okay, so the next question looks like would be, if life on other planets are far more advanced than Earth, are there other planets that are more primitive than us in existence?
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay.
Because I always think, yeah, you're right, because you kind of always think that everybody else is more advanced, but maybe there's other civilizations out there that are more primitive than we are. Okay, let's see.
Okay. Okay, I am ready.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so we've got the Strength card in reverse, and it's a little bit of on the arrogant side for us not to think that there would be other life forms that would be less primitive. So that's kind of what I'm kind of getting from this particular card. The second card then is Justice, and it all comes into a particular form of balance. So with this one though too, it's the equity and the cause and effect, that would kind of lean me towards still too, that would indicate that there are. And then the third card then is the Eight of Cups in reverse. But with that one, as far as the situation of other planets and too, an aimlessly wandering, it kind of reminds me of then how supposedly the caveman and so forth would have started. So that's what I'm kind of picking up on this particular card. So I would say with the less advanced planets that there would be. So
That there are.
Yep, that there are.
Yeah,
So
I
that's what the
just kind of
combined
get that feeling. I feel that
Mhm.
we or maybe are thinking that like we're kind of like smugly, you know, thinking we're the only ones that can strategize and, you know, kind of giving a little bit of attitude like, oh, you know, we're just up there and very smart and whatever. Um, However, I think that there are planets that are still learning and they're bickering with each other amongst themselves and, you know, learning how to get along like we are. Um, but the Page of Wands coming in with a creative message to tell us that in order to balance out the universe here, yes, there are planets that are less primitive or more primitive than we are, and that is what provides the balance. I also got as a clarifying card the Eight of Cups. You received that in reverse. Um, this yes, as we walk off, you know, people are learning and moving on, and you know, moving on to something better because they're also growing at their own pace. They're learning, but they're growing and they're moving on at their own pace. And I think that you know, I just believe there's just an infinite amount of universes out there that we can't even wrap our heads around. Galaxies, universes, whatever all that means. And so yes, I would say I would just think that yes, uh there are absolutely civilizations that are more primitive, and we need, and it takes all of us together. So to you know, to make up this universe and these galaxies. So there you go.
All right.
Okay. So next question. My question here is: will there be a cure or treatment for restless leg syndrome? Which I thought I was suffering with last night because I lay
Ooh.
down to go to sleep and my leg was just like would not relax. And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't even tell me I have this thing called restless leg syndrome. I'm like, if that's the case, it was miserable. And I maybe had it for 5 or 10 minutes. And I don't even think I have restless leg syndrome, but I kind of had a taste of it last night, I think, and it was miserable. So
Oh,
that being said, and I don't know why I had it either. So will there be a cure or treatment for restless leg syndrome?
okay. Okay, I am ready.
Okay.
Looks like we've got the devil for the first card. And with this one, it's more of the unpleasant situation with those situations as far as encountering the restless leg syndrome. Second card then is Two of Pentacles, trying to balance that energy. So it's a lot of the connection of the energy within the system that I'm picking up. The ups and downs as far as feeling that energy, you know, move through the body. And then but as far as with treatment, it's going to be needing to be a priority with coming up with something to handle the situation of the restless leg. Third, or excuse me, the third card then is Four of Wands in reverse, and it's celebration but without fanfare. So it's going to take a while, but I do think that they've got some things that they're, you know, coming up with to help the people who do suffer from that. So I would say with the combined cards that yes, there's going to be something that would help them.
Absolutely. I think this is the first card I got was like the feeling, the bickering, the moving, this is how it felt. I just felt like really aggravated last night. So if you have it, I really feel for you because I was miserable. I was not but I think that I think there are actually maybe treatments out there now, but I don't know if there's a cure and I don't know how effective they are. So I think people maybe are a little bit like, well, it's okay, but it's not really doing what it needs to do. I don't know. But outcome, yes, I absolutely believe that there will actually not only be more treatments, but maybe some type of cure coming up in the future. So, yeah, my guess would be, you know, yeah, there's going to be a cure, and people can move on and get a good night's sleep, I hope. Or, I don't know how it affects people during the day, but what I experienced last night was very miserable. So I really feel for them.
Okay. All right. Next question. Then it looks like we have, will the U.S. ever have universal health care?
Okay. Read on that.
Okay, so looks like I am ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I've got the first card is the Hanged Man. So a situation as far as that seems like it would be kind of on, upside down, with the situation, a little bit of a transition going on. So that one, as far as with the different viewpoints that are coming through on it. And then the second card is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And a lot of struggle because there's a lot of discord with it. Lack of teamwork that's coming up with it also. As far as the third card is the Hermit in reverse. And that's going to be a little hastiness and concealment is coming up with that one. So it's not really looking too good at this time as far as something that's going to be, I would say, anytime soon. Let's put it that way. It's an isolated situation is what I'm getting. So,
Yep. Okay. Interestingly enough, I got the Eight of Cups, walking away to something better. I think people want something better with healthcare, whether it's universal healthcare or there's another thing that and I'm not sure how. Unfortunately, I don't know the terminology, but it's basically if you're happy with your healthcare where you work, you can keep it. It's not a problem. But there's also then maybe a better universal type healthcare, that you could get on. If you needed it. So I think people are walking away. They're not happy with their options right now. They wish that something better was out there. The stinky fish message, I think, we kind of hear about it now and then coming up. It really doesn't happen. It's talked about. Like you said, it's just maybe talked about. People hear about it, but it's not really anything that's coming to fruition. But like the Eight of Cups, I got the Six of Swords, moving off to something better. I got two cards about walking away to something better. While I don't think that maybe universal healthcare, like maybe, like a universal Medicare plan or something would be what we end up getting, I would think that we end up getting, as a clarifying card, something that makes us feel good, safe, that really works for people, that they get it and they like it. And they, stay on it, and they're able to stay on it if they're maybe don't have a job at a certain time or things like that. But again, I was very surprised to get two cards moving away to something better. What that is, not really sure. I don't think that the actual universal healthcare is going to maybe be what everybody wants. I think we kind of get that stinky fish message with that. But I do believe there will be some kind of maybe a plan or plans that come in that do make people feel happy, and you feel safe and protected in your grandmother's garden. If you have something in life that you, like I say, you're unemployed for a while or whatever, there's some maybe plan that gets started, not for a while though, that makes you feel like, okay, I'm covered and I can, I have a really nice safety net. So I think that's definitely coming, but I don't think it's coming soon.
Okay.
Okay, my question here. Will humankind ever achieve immortality or longevity on Earth? So, will we ever become immortal on Earth, huh? Let's see.
Okay.
Kind of a mind-stretching question there.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yes, absolutely. I'm getting my cards. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Okay. Okay, I can go first. Looks like I have the Sun in reverse. Is misunderstandings about that particular subject on the achieving immortality and longevity on Earth. Disappointments coming along with it too. Not knowing how to go about it. So the second card then I have is the Ten of Swords in reverse. And that's holding on to fear, improvements that won't last. So it's kind of indicating too that, as far as that, it's not necessarily going to be something that would be achievable here on this particular Earth. Let me put it that way. Seven of Wands is the third card upright, and that's it's a challenge. And so it kind of, with those three cards combined, it's just given me, as far as the indication, that it's not going to be the way that, well, I guess the way we live right now here on the Earth, as far as with seeking the longevity of life, for humankind here on Earth. So with the current circumstances, that would be a no.
Okay, my first card I got is the Empress. The Empress. She represents abundance, fertility, a feminine energy, never ending. You can see this this water that's flowing. There's a waterfall. This waterfall is source providing constant rejuvenation. Again, fertility, love. Just constant vitality. Okay, so with the question is, will we ever achieve immortality? This card suggests that we might. Okay, never ending. However, the obstacle card I got is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is obviously a struggle. Moving forward, you can't really see what's in front of you. Also, interestingly enough, this town here is quite close. So he's almost home. So kind of maybe wrapping up someone's life. They're almost at the end of their life. And I hate to say that or anything, but kind of like, okay, you're going through life and you kind of get to the end of your life and it, it's kind of been a struggle, whatever. But the outcome then being the Ten of Cups. Happy family, love. This family goes through and they have just as many challenges as any other family, but they choose to be happy. They're moving forward. They're enjoying their lives together. They're enjoying their land. They're enjoying the sunshine, the rainbow. So happy family. But my clarifying card I got is the Magician. And the Magician kind of made me think that we're here to create whatever we want. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to create an unending life that we'll ever achieve immortality, but it does tell me that we're here to create the future that we want. That's what we're down here to do. That's when we're in our best mode of, being a human is creating. So what we want to do is keep creating, and that is definitely part of our whole plan of being down here, to learn, to create. He is pointing down to Mother Earth Gaia. He is pointing up to Father Sky. He has all the earthly tools that he on the table here. He is in the mode of creating and just like a magician, making what he wants come true. I'm not saying longevity and I'm not saying immortality coming true, but I'm saying all the dreams and his ideas and what he wants to create coming true. So we're down here to create, not really be burdened. To be honest with you, we're not really here to do this. This was a challenge card. We're not here to be, burdened. We're here to create and, and actually though, and in that we should find our fertility and our vitality and in our happy life. That's what we're here to do. But no, we're not here to stay here forever, is what I'm thinking. That's kind of my intuitive message I'm getting on that question.
Yeah.
We also have other things to do.
Right, yeah. Because I was just going to add, though, too, yeah, it depends upon what view you take on, as far as that life is already, unending. You just change into different forms. Just like, when you pass on, you move into the spirit world. And then, maybe as far as the, figure out what your next life to be and make your plan that way and so forth. So again, it kind of depends upon what viewpoint you take as far as your belief in, continuing on with past lives and such like that.
Yep, absolutely. For entertainment purposes only.
Correct. All right. So the next question then is, what really happened to Malaysia Flight 370? That happened years ago, didn't it? I was just...
This is a cold read for me. I have no idea what Malaysia Flight 370 is. So let's see if I can get any insight on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember hearing about it.
Is that the one that broke up? Like they just found some pieces of it?
It could have been, but yeah. But I can't remember how, but that's been quite a few years ago.
I'm ready to go. We actually have skilled people working on it. Okay. Whatever happened to it, there are people that have really looked into it that are continuing to work on it. The Eight of Pentacles shows a skilled craftsman. There are obviously, scientists, skilled people, whatever, working on the whole issue. And they've actually done a lot of work on it. The obstacle, though, is kind of riding in as the leader. The Six of Wands. This is someone riding in. They've won the war. But the obstacle is they're not sure. They have not won this war yet. They don't have all the answers yet. However, the outcome that I get is that justice will be served and that information will eventually come out. I don't know when or whatever, but people are working on it. They know it's out there. They know that they can, they'll get the right answers at some point, but it's going to take a while.
Okay. All right. So I've got for first card is Nine of Wands in reverse. And it looks like there's a little bit of the obstacles that are in the way. So that being said, though, too, if it's been so many years ago, too, and we're just now finding more information out of, like you said, if there's been some more discoveries about it, look how long it's already taken. So second card then, too, is the Hermit in reverse. And right now, it looks like there's a little bit of the concealment of the information. So it might indicate that there's been some information known, but they're not letting the general public know.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the third card then too is the Star card, with the faith and hope that they will, finally find some closure of what really happened to the flight. Bringing some healing then to the solution too. So I do feel like that they will figure out what actually happened. It's just not indicating specifically what.
Yeah.
Okay. Being very optimistic about it. Okay.
Our next question then, do you see Pete, Buttigieg?
Buttigieg?
Do you see Pete Buttigieg as president of the United States someday? Okay, so do you see Pete Buttigieg as president of the United States someday?
Someday. Not necessarily the next election, right?
Correct. Someday.
Someday. Okay, I am ready.
Go ahead. Yep.
Okay, we've got the first card is Nine of Cups. So it looks like there's going to be happiness and satisfaction with that card.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as looks like someday building that fortress. So a good plan in place then, as far as what it's kind of indicating to me before he takes some kind of seat. So as far as with that one, Knight of Cups is the second card. Knight in shining armor is pretty much that one's indicating that coming up with creative ways and seeking as far as with that information to moving forward. So the third card then is the Lovers. So there's a connection there. It's tempting right now. There's going to be a little bit of dilemma, but reading all three and as far as the connection and attraction to that position, all three cards together would indicate positive outcomes for that, and I would have to say yes.
Yeah, I'm leaning the same way. The first card is the King of Cups. This is a leader. You see the water is very choppy. However, he's emotionally stable. He's emotionally mature. He knows, he knows how to ride the waves. So he sits there calm, and he's actually a great leader. The obstacle is walking away to something better. I think that won't be happening for a long time, although I think walking away to something better will happen. Mm-hmm. I just don't think it will happen for a while. The Knight of Swords outcome kind of, I feel like he's really learning. I think that he, I believe, and again, I don't follow him, but he was the mayor, I believe, and now he is the director of Department of Transportation on the federal level. So I think he's moving forward quickly in his career, learning how to communicate. I think he communicates well, but the swords are an air card, and they represent communication. He's learning, he's moving quickly forward as this knight is doing, as he's building up his resume and building up his everything he needs to learn, and so that he has a strong background in a lot of different areas. I also believe that with the Eight of Pentacles, he's a skilled craftsman. He's busy learning, and he's very skilled in what he does. And the outcome card, well, actually, this is the bottom of the deck card, and I pulled this card too. 10 of Cups, again, happiness moving forward. Mm-hmm. And that at some point, yes, he will, go through that to the next phase of his life. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, let's see, that's a 21, maybe 21 years from now. Let's say 20 years from now, 20, 25, 30. I don't know what his age is. Mm-hmm. Nothing happening that quickly, but I think that definitely is a phase that he will go through and one part of his life and move into, maybe being president someday. If he doesn't become president, I think he's definitely going to have a lot of thinking about it, like exploratory committees, and as he moves forward in his career. So I think there will be a lot of energy that he spends focusing on it, focusing on running for president. But that's that. It's my read.
All right. Looks like we have a few more questions here left.
Yeah.
A few minutes. Moving on to the next one is, will there ever be a time when animal shelters all become no-kill?
Okay. I can go ahead and skip. Oh, go ahead. You're ready. No, go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead, let me see. First card I have is Seven of Swords, and that is strategy and vision solve a problem. So they've got a problem here. They're going to sidestep the situation a little bit to try and come up with some creative ideas and ways to handle that. So second card then is the Three of Wands in reverse. There's obstacles, but long-term goals that they're dealing with this one. So the third card then I have is Three of Cups. And that's a celebration and rewards, the community that comes together to solve the problem. So
Yeah, that's
I would have
nice.
to, so I would have to say, looking at the cards then together would indicate that yes, that would be the case, that we would, finally come to a situation where they would have the no-kill shelters in place.
Yes, very good. I kind of got the same type of read. The first card I came up is the Ten of Wands. Obviously, there's a struggle. This gentleman can move forward a lot faster if he bundles those wands and puts them on his back so he can see where he's going. However, with the animal shelters, I know that they are really always underfunded. It's just a hard struggle every single day with all the animals that they get and that they take care of, and so they're struggling as they move forward. The obstacle for that is the Emperor. The Emperor is sitting here in his power. He is a leader. He's ready to go. He has a lot of experience. You can see he's also, while he's sitting here and he's really a very good leader, he's also suited up. He's ready to move forward. But being that this isn't the challenge or the obstacle position, things aren't quite ready to move forward yet. So that would be that. However, the outcome card is the Star card, which is a wish come true, very much balance. And really, I think at some point, yes, I think that this problem, I think it's going to take 10, maybe 20 years to really, have it resolved. But I think it will even go maybe beyond just maybe. Hopefully, we don't have to have any shelters at all. Hopefully, we can, take care of the animals without putting them in a shelter. The clarifying card that I get is the King of Wands. This is another leader, just like the Emperor. He's also the King of Wands as a leader. He leads by intuition. He understands data. He's an excellent leader. He moves forward. He dreams up new solutions that he has people who can implement those solutions, his employees, his colleagues, whatever. So hopefully with this success card and with this, this King of Wands card, we will really see an answer to this problem. And really, it really can't come soon enough. But I think the solution is a long way. It's not a long way, but I think it's a considerable amount of time yet. But that it will eventually get solved.
Good. All right.
And looks like what do we have? One more question.
One more question.
Oh, it's my question. Okay, here we go. Was there extraterrestrial assistance in the design and building of the pyramids and Sphinx in Egypt? Well, that's a good question. Was there extraterrestrial assistance in the design and building of the pyramids and Sphinx in Egypt?
Okay, extraterrestrials.
What are you laughing about?
Get another card that I had just went in there and shuffled with. Okay, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
First one is the Devil. And as far as with that one, I would have to say that, yeah, it was indicating with the stagnation of progress at the time with restrictions, and so it was to help build that. So that one I would indicate yes. Page of Pentacles. There was the lack of progress and planning at the time. So with that one, focusing on short-term goals and a little bit of the wasted times and talents. So I think that they probably would have to have, if that was what was going on at the time, they would have had to have had some other help than what they had supposedly. And then Three of Cups is the final card, third card, and that was indicating community groups, the creative and victory of the celebration and rewards. So I would say that would indicate that yes, the outcome with help from extraterrestrials designing and building the pyramids and Sphinx in Egypt did happen with the extraterrestrial help.
Yeah, I when I was shuffling the cards and I was, I always talk to my spirit guides and I just heard, well, yeah, hello. I said, okay, well, let's see what we get. Let's see. First, I got the Seven of Pentacles. I think that we were sitting here thinking, you're assessing the situation, you're looking at solutions. What can I cut out? What can I do? Not sure what to do. So all of a sudden, help came down from the heavens with the Lover's card. We see the angel and we see them bringing people together and bringing ideas together and saying, listen, we can help you out with this, right? It was almost like giving us charity. We were sitting here again, needing the help, and the extraterrestrial said, we're happy to help you. We're happy to give you this knowledge that we have so that you can, have these build these pyramids and the Sphinx. Queen of Cups showing manifesting this happening. She looks into that cup, she manifests what she wants. A very stable emotional situation. People weren't scared, I don't think, or anything like that. I think it was just it was a very natural kind of thing, working with the extraterrestrials at that time. And maybe I can figure out how to line these cards up. But and then the outcome, or a clarifying card, being that the Pentacles, this woman is abundance, has a life of abundance, relaxing. I think that some of the information that they gave us made life nicer, easier, got things done faster. So I really think that, I really believe that there probably was help from the ETs to build those the pyramids and the Sphinx in Egypt.
Wonderful. Wow, that's great. Most of our readings tonight were pretty much collaborating together, as far as the same outcomes. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I had to laugh because last week I think we did like one of our first reads on someone, and we both got opposite answers. So I said, well, that's something, isn't it? With our first read, we both have like directly opposite answers.
You're right.
But tonight we were and all the other questions we were on, we're kind of spot on as far as working with each other. But tonight was the same way.
Yeah.
That's why I would smile, because you would start reading and I'm looking at my cards like, oh my gosh, I have that card, or oh my gosh, I have the same answer. So that's why I'm smiling.
Okay, so it looks like that's great show.
Thanks, Susie.
Yeah, have a great night, Susie. Thanks for showing up.
You too.
Yeah. As far as with that, then too, what do you have coming up? Then what are you working on, Ivana?
Well, let's see. What am I working on? I might be on a show Thursday night with Kelly. I think it's Dozen Cats for me. We might be doing something this Thursday, but that's not set in stone. And I think that's really about it at the moment. Okay. I know I'll be back. I do my daily pick-a-card readings. We'll be back here on Tuesday, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I know, that's always coming up. And any other shows I find, that I can, get on. I try to do that and talk to people and see who I can meet.
Oh,
sure. Who I can read for. How about you?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's great that we can get together on these Tuesday nights and stuff and really enjoy them. And then I have something coming up, appearing on Allie of Heart and Soul Connected, with her coming up June 2nd.
Awesome.
Other than that, just keeping up. Anybody wants to reach me, I'll go ahead and put the information for the website, the channel information, also too for Avana. And so that we can get some more viewers going as far as with the questions coming in, and a little bit more smoother going. And but just a fun time that we get together and do these readings anyway. So why not?
Absolutely. I really enjoy it.
Me too. So anyway, we want to thank everybody as far as watching the replay. We'll get this posted here shortly, and we'll see you guys here back next Tuesday.
Yes, we will.
All right. Good night.
Good night.